Hey, Lauren here. Today's topic is a very well-known, or maybe not so well-known, desire killer for couples. When a woman starts speaking to me about her sex life or lack of sex life and what could be getting in the way, this one stands out pretty early on for me. Just going to have some tea. This one stands out pretty early on because it's known to squash desire, squash attraction, squash interest in sex. Really, really obvious. It is enmeshment. It might be a term that you've heard before. It's a bit of psycho jargon for not knowing where one person ends and the other person begins. So I think of it like two people are just sort of like this. You're just like, oh, is that person? Is that this person? Which one's which? Enmeshment. It means that your lives are totally intertwined. So I want to raise it today because it keeps coming up and it's something that people aren't conscious of. It's almost some women come to me saying that there's not enough happening, not enough connection happening in their lives with their partners. And then other women are coming to me saying that they feel completely satiated, completely full, completely satisfied with the connection that's happening with their partner in all forms of intimacy. But sexual intimacy is a miss. It's not there. It's not there because how can the desire for sex and sexual connection thrive when you're in each other's lives all the time, when you do everything together? That's a key term. Women say to me, we do everything together. We even help each other, when we go to the shops and we do this, and everyone says that we're the perfect couple. The problem with that is that if your partner fulfills every single role in your life, confidant, best friend, helper in the house, every single role that you can think of, you can start to feel like there's not a lot of space or air for fire and flame in your relationship to really, really flourish. You can't build desire when you're always with someone. You can't miss someone if you're always with them. And I can only imagine that it's especially hard for couples who are business owners as well or work directly together, that it can be a real challenge for desire to flourish and bloom and grow when you're always spending time together. So you need to have separate identities. It's what brought you together in the first place. It's just that you might not have realized it in those early days of your relationship. Where, in the early days we're highlighting how attracted we are to this person and the points of similarity or the points of connection that we have with them. But ultimately, you're two people that are choosing to come together, and it's your differences that create a lot of that tension and a lot of that, will this happen, won't this happen, that sense of uncertainty. So when all of that, when everything in your relationship becomes certain, it's really, and predictable, it's really hard to, makes it more of a challenge to be spontaneous, to feel arousal, which is a physical response. It's really hard to feel desire, which is a mental response, because there's not a lot to distinguish you and your partner. So it's wonderful that you're best friends with your partner, but the point of difference is that your partner should be someone where you've got that sexual element to your relationship, if that's what you've both chosen to have, and that sexual element is what differentiates your relationship with your partner with all your other relationships in your life, because you can get fulfillment from your best girlfriend or guy friend, from your mum, from your sister, from your father, from your cousins, from your next door neighbours, whatever it may be. But hopefully that sexual element is that point of difference with you and your relationship with your partner. And that needs some air to breathe, and that needs a bit of separation in order to breathe, and a bit of mystery. How can there be mystery if you are doing everything together and you know each other's inner worlds and outer worlds in and out? It's okay that you rely on your partner, that you love them, that you see them as family, because they are your family. But ultimately, in your eyes, you need to come back to the fact that your partner is your family, but they're also someone that you have an erotic connection to, which is not what we have with our families. We need to keep seeing our partners, women, we need to keep seeing our partners through erotic eyes. And it's the same for our partners as well. They need to see us through erotic eyes. So be really careful about spending too much time with your partner. I know for some women watching this, it's going to be the complete opposite. There's just no quality time happening. There's not a lot of quality touch and connection and intimacy, warmth, closeness, bonding. But if you're watching this and you spend way too much time with your partner, you know them in and out, they know you in and out, and sex is suffering, it's a chance to really hone in on your own identity and what it is that you need to do more independently. You don't need to have someone by your side for everything that you do in life. Might be a cue for some space or some investment in some time alone, where you go and you learn something for yourself, by yourself, without needing to have someone there, namely your partner, next to you. So from today, definitely keep the bond going, keep the connection going. Be really careful if it's slipping into enmeshment, because the sex is probably going to suffer. You need some mystery and you need some space to build desire. And as Esther Perel says, desire is fire and fire needs air. So you've got to flame it. You really got to flame it. I'm open to suggestions for future Facebook Lives. I am deep in the pelvic bowl of creation right now. My sacral chakra is generating a secret project that's being released in July, which you'll definitely hear about. And I've also got up some workshops that I'm taking around the country. It's called Crafting a Sexy Mindset. And at the moment that's happening in Brisbane, Sydney and Adelaide throughout August and September, and those details are up on my site now. My URL has changed to www.laurenwhite.com.au. I've made the transition, and if you've got any suggestions for what my social media handles can be, I'm open to hearing them, because I'm still a bit stuck. The rest of it's done, social media is lagging. So open to suggestions, and let me know what you want to hear from Facebook Live. I can just give me some words and I will start speaking to them. Because if you've got a problem, lots of other women and people do as well, and I want to help you address that. Thanks for watching today. Bye.